Well, I'm here at I'm in the excellent resort of Koh Chang with the excellent Frank, my oldest friend that most of you know about, here at johnsons.com. Some of you will know that lately I've been putting up videos on the internet and I've been putting them on YouTube so you can look at them. And I was astounded to find the other day, my friend emailed me and said, was Frank actually in life on Mars? And I replied obviously, no he wasn't, he's a customer. He's out of the country. And yet in reality, he comes back to me and says, yes he was. Now I looked it up and put it up and I know a number of you have actually watched that video. I've been astounded to find that Frank was actually appearing on such a brilliant episode in a series as that. So I just thought, wow, we're here having a good time. I mean, you know, it's johnsons.com again, you know what I mean? We're not Oxford gents here. So while we're here now, I just thought I'd ask Frank a couple of questions about, because I know many of you have emailed me questions, which was a bit stupid of me really, just emailed Frank. Okay, off we go then. So Frank, how did you manage to get your way onto Life on Mars? How did that happen? What did you do?
Well, the process is, my agent contacted me and said, can you go in and have an audition for Life on Mars? And I had no idea what Life on Mars was about. So I went in, can't actually remember much about the audition to be honest, because I used to get quite a lot of auditions, and obviously if you're acting, you don't get a lot of jobs.
So one moves you into me, so before you get job interviews and this.
Yeah, you get a lot of auditions, but you don't know whether you're going to get the job or not. So you go along and you do the audition, and then you just forget about it, and if you get the job, you know, good. That's pretty much how it works. So I went, did the audition. Next thing you know, my agent rang and said, oh, you've got Life on Mars. And I went, okay, and then they sent me a script. I read the script and I read the part, which was ambulance man, big part. But I read that, and then there's no kind of really rehearsals or anything like that. Like
Frank, Ambulance Man and arguably the best drama the BBC's made in 20 years, which is a damn sight more significant, I personally think, than the role of the two Ronnies in the two Ronnies over 11 years. But that's just,
the other thing is, I haven't actually seen, I've only seen that little section, and I've read the first, that episode script.
Well, don't worry, Frank, we'll show you how to rip that off the internet for free and break copyright laws. No, sorry, we'll lend you a copy that we bought in Virgin Megastore in Chester. Next chance we get. Now, just one simple question before we get to the more interesting meaty questions. A couple of people have asked how it was that after 30 years of knowing you, I didn't actually recognise you. And the question that they posed specifically was it because of the uniform, the padding? Because you're clearly out that big something fella. That you're in that uniform, that guy's full out like a barrel of belly, yeah?
No, that was me, that was all
okay.
There's no padding there.
Well, the handlebar moustache and all that kind of thing, whether it was that or whether it was the mannerisms. Now, I'd like your thoughts on this, but before you answer, I'm just going to say, for me, the body language was completely wrong. I mean, if Frank changed form and became an 18-year-old girl, I can say honestly, I would recognise that movement, that body language, that shape. And the body language and shape was completely different in that one. That would be my slang, but Frank, off you go.
Right, well, no matter what I'm doing, like I say, because I'm not a lead actor, I'm a character actor, so I try to, even in just like doing any simple thing, I try and bring something to it that is different from me. Only because I find it easier to do that. Because I'm a very introverted person, so the way to do it is use the character to express yourself. A classic example would be Dustin Hoffman, for example, is a character actor, but because he's known as Dustin Hoffman now and he's famous, he tends to get roles and it's easy for him to do that. But if you actually see him interviewed, he's actually quite an introverted person, and he uses it. But I suppose over the years, because he's found fame as himself, as it were, then he's able to go on and do interviews and things like that, and actually play characters that are probably very similar to the way he's in life.
No, I've noticed that with Robert De Niro, because these days he does seem to be the same colour in each film, be it a surgeon or a policeman. I did think though you carried that off really well, because you looked like an ambulance man looked in the day, which was, I've got all sorts of stuff going on, I'm a bit busy, right, let me just, the whole dust my hands, I mean a person's dying, but let me dust my hands first, right, now I'm going to concentrate on shutting the door. That was how ambulance drivers were in that era. Yeah. They weren't paramedics, and that's the irony and the funny part of the whole sketch.
Well, the thing is, it was actually quite a difficult situation to be in, because, as I said, we didn't have any rehearsal. I was dressed up in the uniform and everything. I had to basically go along without any kind of rehearsal with the other actors. And he said, right, this is what you're doing. you go from here, you pick the girl up on the stretcher, take her over to the ambulance, put her in, and then you do the dialogue. Problem being, it's actually quite a difficult, complicated process to put a 1970s ambulance into straight into an ambulance.
Yeah.
Because what you have to do is you have to line up the wheels, and the wheels actually go in, and then you have to kind of push it up and over.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not an ambulance man, so like I say, first take, right, here we go. You have to put this bloody stretcher in. I'm looking pissed off and annoyed and concentrating simply because of the technical things that I have to do.
Which you've not had a chance to research.
Yeah, so there's no
Some practice.
yeah, I was going to say there's no technique there or anything. I'm actually literally thinking, right, I've got to get from A to B, get this bloody stretcher in, and then I've got to do the dialogue. So, yeah, we're picking this girl up who's quite heavy, she's a small girl and everything, but, you're doing all this and you're there thinking, oh, is it all going to work? And a couple of times, we had to do about 3 or 4 takes because in one shot they have radio mics. And the radio mic was down the back of my trousers and the other bit was on my shirt, the actual transmitter. And the mic was on there, and it fell off. So they just went, right, stop. And I was there thinking, look, it's not my fault. Sorry, everybody, because obviously time's money and all that. So technically, it was very difficult. So when you actually see me looking annoyed and irritated, it's because it was actually very annoying and irritating to actually.
So you added that to the.
Yeah, I just used it to help play the characters. But
so I mean, did you actually get to meet the stars? Did you meet Sam Tyler? What did you get to chat to? What sort of guy is he? Because I know everyone says he's a really brilliant guy. Have they ever met him?
Yeah, don't forget, I've never seen it. Who's Sam Tyler?
Sam Tyler is the younger fella who's come back from the future.
Right, the main character.
My personal favourite character is Gene Hunt, who is just a hooligan, just as I imagine a policeman from that area would be. But of course, I don't know really.
Not really, no.
Basically, the one that was talking to you, going, she needs some saying.
No. He came over and I went, oh hello, shook his hand, and then that was it. We just had to.
So you introduce yourself, you say hello, and then the director says something like, get yourself a coffee, well, it's starting off in 10 minutes, and that's how it's done. And then you told them you can go home. Is that sort of thing?
Yeah, pretty much. Then you get cleared, and then somebody with headphones on goes, oh, you can go now, we finished with you, and that's it.
And then the thing is, you were saying you got a certain fee for it, because I know a lot of people have emailed me and said, what sort of money do you get for that kind of thing?
I can't actually remember, I think it was about £600 or something like that. And the other thing
I'd accept £600 to be made famous, but then I'm John Sunter at johnsunter.com.
And the other thing is you get royalties, so once you've actually done a part in a programme, and if it's sold around the world, then every time that programme's shown, basically you get money for that. So even though I'm here now and it was filmed like over 2 years ago, I think, 2.5 years ago, I still get money coming, checks basically from the BBC.
Which would be quite handy, because some of our guests might not know that you actually live in Thailand. You have done for some time. Frank's actually just engaged, he's about to get married. Well, anyway, Frank and I have been walking today. As you know, Frank's my oldest friend. We've been meeting up in Thailand. We're in Koh Chang at the moment. We've been walking today. We're a bit knackered. You can probably see the sweat, and of course, having a bit of this. So we're going to sign off now. We're going to have a couple more beers, then probably go to sleep, possibly go downstairs and have a fight. No, not really. We're doing nothing like that. So I'm going to sign off, and thanks for watching. I'm going to have to get up now. We'll see you.
We'll edit that out later.
Yeah, we will. Yeah. Okay.